Welcome back. Coronavirus has had a substantial impact on the film industry, especially movie theaters. Like most non-essential businesses, movie theaters were forced to close their doors in mid-March, leaving them with damaging financial problems. But now Georgia and Texas are permitting movie theaters to reopen under certain conditions. Joining us now to update us on where the movie theater business currently stands is John Faithian, President and CEO of the National Association of Theater Owners. Thanks for being with us today, John. And your association represents operators of more than 35,000 movie screens across the country. Give us some perspective here. Just how devastating has this pandemic been on your members?
Well, in 120 years of movies being in our cinemas, we've never had to shut down like this before. We've been through wars, with natural disasters, depressions, but this pandemic shut us down entirely all across the country and indeed all across the world. And so we went from an industry making $40 billion a year to zero overnight. So it's been very, very challenging, both for our operators and for our employees.
What is the timeline for movie theaters across the country to open back up? And are your members even opening up in states that now allow them? Georgia, Texas, we mentioned.
Right, two really good questions. So for the timeline, we are working very closely with governors, with health officials, with the CDC on taking the appropriate steps to open up carefully and safely. And that depends on the regions of the country and the prevalence of the virus. So the time frame is probably we're up and running by mid to late June with some very big movies coming out in July. The early openings in Texas and Georgia are just a handful of cinemas in very limited locations. And we're watching those locations very closely to see how they accommodate the social distancing requirements and the other safety protocols as we begin to slowly and carefully ramp up toward July.
Right. And the big question, obviously, I mean, I love the movie theater experience. I think most people do. But the big question is safety. How will movie theaters keep their customers safe?
Right. So we've got a whole task force of experts working on that exact question all the time. And we're looking at social distancing protocols. We're looking at reduced capacities in auditoriums. We're looking at alternating our show times so that we reduce the size of the crowds in the lobbies, and of course, social distancing as people go to pick up their concessions, as little human touch as possible, advanced ticketing, so that we can really get people into a safe environment where they can still enjoy the movies while taking care of their health.
All right, well, there is a lot to be done, but certainly everyone is hopeful that it will happen soon and safely. John, thank you so much for joining us today. We certainly appreciate it. We wish you the best.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.